Okay, I'm going to make a explanation video on stone stops, and I'm trying to, at the same time as talk to you, Steve, that's asking me about stone stops. They're sold in pairs. They so not that I use four. I'm trying to figure out how to say this. I use four. The bottom stop I use to elevate the stone. So it rests at the same place when I'm reading the cube every time, to place it relative to that knife edge. But at the same time, the bottom stop keeps the knife from dropping down below the edge while you're sharpening it, so you don't get those aberrant stray scratches. So I need to have the bottom stop. But more importantly, because those scratches get less and less when the stones get worn and they get broken in, it gets cleaner and cleaner. Most of us put tape on the knife if we care whether we scratch it or not. All that said, the top one, when I'm sharpening, I have screwed up more knives sharpening by going up with the bottom edge of the stone up above the knife edge when I'm working and I'm comfortable, and just above the knife edge, and I come back down with the stone colliding on the knife edge. So I have done that more times to mess up my sharpened edge, that I have to go back to remove that dent or live with it because of going off the edge. That said, I don't know how you would decide upper or lower, except for the length of the guide rod being too short that you couldn't work with an upper. But in the process of sharpening and looking for outcomes using stone stops to stop the motion of the stone, I don't know how you could choose one over the other, because they're both so valuable. You don't want to scratch the bottom of the knife if you don't have to, and you want the consistency and the ease of taking your cube readings, and you don't want to go off the edge, and you can't use it at both places at the same time, and the length of the guide rod dictates it to you. But to really use stone stops for what they're for, they should be used in fours, and that's what I'm going to say. Now, how there's offered in pairs. How you choose to purchase them is up to you, but I'm saying this in black and white. They're meant to be used with longer guide rods and in pairs to limit the slide of the stones to get the most out of it. Thanks.